Hello, elementary staff. I have been asked to create a video to explain to you about an experience I had this summer. I don't know if you remember, but at the end of the year last year, we had an email asking if any teachers would be interested in doing an externship. Well, if you're like me, I had no idea what an externship even is. So on my slide, you can read, but it's pretty much just like you go into another business and you watch what they do and you kind of experience the different things that they do. Um, yeah, so what I did, I went to Scranton Manufacturing in Scranton and I decided to shadow the engineering department because I have had a lot of students that are curious about engineering, but they don't really know what it all entails in the different fields of engineering that you can go into. So I was kind of excited about this opportunity. Um, some fun facts about New Way trucks, if you've never heard of them before. They manufacture garbage trucks. They are the third largest producer in the world. They make up several different types of trucks. They have rear loaders, front loaders, side loaders. They have what's called K-packs that they also manufacture. I learned so much about garbage trucks in the manufacturing business. I had no idea how extensive it was. Also, what I learned is that the difference between these garbage trucks and other garbage trucks is that New Way offers a lot of different options for the buyer, which is part of the reason why they are one of the largest manufacturers. And I also learned that when you're in the engineering department, that doesn't exactly make it an easy job for you. Here is the different departments that I was in during my time there that week. The manufacturing engineers, industrial engineers, the burn room, which is the fabrication part of it. And then I also shadowed the hydraulics department, and they had some engineering too. Here is the picture that I took in all my gear that you have to wear when you're on the floor, even the engineers were on the floor quite often. I like this picture though because of my little photo bomber back here. Anyway, though, so the manufacturing department, what they are, they're kind of the problem solvers. So if they're having a problem with a part, I got to watch how they go through the thought process and how they solve the problems and change the parts and everything that goes in with that. The industrial engineers, I learned they're the ones that make sure that everything on the floor is flowing and everybody's doing everything safely. They a lot of times will get approached if it's taking a long time to produce something on that part of the floor, and they come up with ideas on how they can make it work better. The burn room, I really enjoyed watching these guys. They do a lot of the coding, and they put the different, because at Scranton Manufacturing they make their own parts. And so they have these big lasers that they cut out the parts with the lasers. And in the burn room, they do kind of a Tetris thing, and they figure out how much they can fit on a sheet of steel because they don't want to waste any steel. So they want to make sure that they can create as many parts with a sheet of steel as they can. And then the hydraulics, they're the ones that, figure out how to get the stuff to move pretty much. And they work a lot with the manufacturing engineers. So that was really interesting. What I gained from this experience was relationships. I feel more comfortable approaching some of the engineers to maybe come and talk to students about what they do. I also gained a new perspective. I had no idea, even though my husband's worked there for 17 years, I had no idea what all it entailed to create a garbage truck and how much they rely on each other there. Each department relies on each other. It was very eye-opening. And I feel like I could go back to my students and talk to them about, what I saw happening in the factory and the different things that the different engineers did, and how maybe something that they're learning about could apply to something that they do in that field, or just a lot of different things. I really gained a lot there. And also, again, like I said, just knowledge to share with students about a local place that they could work right here in Iowa in their hometown. Um, there really are a lot of career opportunities there, whether they want to go right into trades or if they want to go to college to be, engineers. It's just the possibilities are endless. And I had no idea how many possibilities there were just right there in Scranton, Iowa. So if you are thinking about doing an externship, I would recommend it. It was a good experience. Thanks for trudging along through this video with me.